Hello, welcome to Tracy Thrives at Home. This is Tracy, and today I'm sharing how I organize the supplies under my newly installed kitchen sink, as well as doing a nice thorough cleaning and reset of the entire kitchen after my kitchen makeover. So if you need a little cleaning motivation or just want someone to clean alongside, I hope this video keeps you company. Let's get started. Like I mentioned, I just completed a kitchen makeover where I removed our double bowl sink and garbage disposal and replaced it with a beautiful single bowl kitchen sink. If you haven't seen that video yet, make sure to check it out because I also installed new floating shelves, swapped out the outdated hardware, and installed under cabinet lighting. But now that the renovation is complete, something just feels different in the best way when I'm working in here, especially doing the dishes, and I'm so happy with the new setup. I wanted to chat a little bit about dishwashing and food cleanup methods. Since I removed the garbage disposal during the renovation process, our setup has changed, and that means we have to do things a little bit differently around here with our overall food and kitchen cleanup methods. For instance, one small change is that all food waste is now scraped into the trash can before dishes are placed into the sink, whereas before we may have been a little looser with it and allowing some food items to make it into the sink. It doesn't feel like an inconvenience, just a change in our processes. Something else I do now when I'm washing dishes, I keep one bowl or small dish to the side of the sink that I use to collect food particles that have gathered in the strainer as I'm rinsing and placing dishes into the dishwasher. Since our trash can is located on the other side of the kitchen from the sink, it saves me from having to walk back and forth across the kitchen and dripping water all over the floor. Those are just a couple of small changes that we've had to make, and I feel like everyone has their own little tricks or methods that work for them when doing kitchen cleanup, and I would love to hear from you in the comments a tip or trick you use, whether big or small, that helps with the cleaning process. Typically, the first thing I do when I want to work in my kitchen is to first make sure all dishes are either clean or in the cleaning process. I find it more difficult to do anything in the kitchen when there are dirty dishes in the sink. And since I'm doing a full kitchen reset here, after the dishes are loaded into the dishwasher, I am taking the time to clean all the sink accessories, including the basket here, the bottom rack, the sink strainers, and the sink bowl itself. Now that the dishes are complete, I am moving on to the next step, and that is to tidy and clean all of my countertop surfaces, the stove, the island, and so on. What I am using here is actually Thieves multi-surface cleaner from the Young Living brand that I've had on hand forever. I'm actually looking for recommendations for other multi-surface cleaner refills for when this bottle of Thieves runs out, as I don't plan on purchasing another bottle, so if you can recommend a refill option that has a similar scent and clean ingredients, I would really appreciate the suggestion. Oh gosh, can you see how the grout is missing on this tile piece in front of me? There are 2 pieces of tile in this kitchen that have literally fallen off of the counter for whatever reason. So I'm in the process of repairing those. As you can see, I've gotten them attached to the counter and just need to grout at this point. And I will likely be sharing that process in an upcoming video. Alright, I am taking a break in the cleaning process now that my countertops and other surfaces are clean to put away all the kitchen supplies that I keep in my under sink cabinet. I had pulled everything out because of the leak that we had and then to complete the sink swap, and I needed to really look at everything that was under there, declutter anything that I won't use, and reorganize things to fit back under in a tidy and accessible way. As you can see, I am using 2 of these double shelf under cabinet organizers, which I already had under the sink prior to the makeover. So I'm just repurposing those because they worked great for us. I was able to declutter a couple of old cleaning products and some sink plugs we don't have use for anymore, and then reposition everything so it's easier to reach those products when I need them. You can see on my kitchen island there in that metal basket, those are all the items that I was able to declutter from under my kitchen sink. Now I am moving back to the cleaning process, just giving these other cabinets a wipe down before moving on to sweeping the entire kitchen. When I am doing a kitchen reset like this for the floor cleanup, I like to first sweep up the big bits and then go in after with my vacuum to get whatever I missed and to suck up the dust. mentioned this before, but we do have 3 cats in our home, and cleaning up this little area is a daily occurrence. But when I do a refresh or deep clean, I always take their little food and water mats and give them a quick scrub, as well as the wall area around their food mat. And finally on to the mopping. I was really looking forward to this. It's hard to tell on camera, but it had been a while since I'd mopped, and there were definitely a few sticky areas, gross, and this area of the home undoubtedly gets the most traffic. And to mop, unless I'm doing a big deep clean, for the most part, I use this very basic push mop. It has an attached spray head and uses washable microfiber cloths. I most likely picked this thing up at Target years ago. I use a couple of different cleaning products for my floor, but on this day, I chose my Method brand Squirtin' Mop. This is Noble. He is our youngest cat and is newest to the family. He is very food motivated, as you can see here, and he is also very shy, but the biggest cuddler of the 3 cats. Okay, here is how my kitchen is looking, clean and tidy, and I feel so much better now that all of those supplies and products are put back where they're supposed to go and are out of the way again. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope this video gave you a little boost of motivation or helped you feel a little less alone while tackling your own to-do list. If you enjoyed hanging out with me, be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and stick around because I have a dining room makeover coming up that I am really excited about. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Bye.